Happy Wednesday, hump day for most of the people in the world. Today is September the 25th, um, journal number 179, T+176. I've just spent the most of the day, actually, almost the entire day after Leslie and I got back from our walk, um, creating emails and lists and messaging to the automotive aftermarket to get the word about Misfire, the book that we've just completed and published out into the world. And it's interesting. Most people write a book uh, for very personal reasons. Either they're trying to right a wrong, remedy some kind of horrible injustice, or they're trying to tell a story. Um, Generally a personal story that's really important to them to tell, um, or they've got some other purpose for which the book may be the best vehicle. And that's what drives them forward. That's what compels you to communicate. Because writing a book is not easy. I mean, it's as I've said on this blog many times, writing the book was the easiest part of it, and it's not easy. And the editing and the revisions are what will drive you nuts, and you better be able to handle rejection because those early drafts of the manuscript are going to get rejected a lot, both by yourself and by your editor. And then if you invite 20 other people to read the book and tell you what's wrong with it, nobody wants anybody to tell them that their kid is ugly. uh, but it's really important if you want to do it right, and you want to do it right because you've got this message that's burning a hole in your soul, and you've got to go ahead and get it out into the world. In my case, the book really is a chimera. It's like me. It's got my DNA, and it's got, um, I've got my DNA, I've got my donor's DNA. And the book is both a really compelling story, um, designed to carry the message of the book for the 363 pages. And it's also got all of these business lessons, you know, very, very subtly embedded, and it's not so subtly in some cases, embedded within the pages of the book that are both life lessons and business lessons as well. And once you've invested that much time, you really want to spread the message that the book carries with it out into the world to as many people as you possibly can. When you have a book like Misfire, what to do when things aren't running on all cylinders, which is about just that. What do you do when your business isn't performing properly and the rest of your life is starting to come apart, or your life isn't performing properly and it impacts your business? Having been a small business owner for 50 some odd years, uh, initially my dad got me to postpone enlisting in the Marine Corps when he told me that he needed my help when we opened Cloverfield Richfield on the 10 freeway over by Cloverfield off ramp. If you know where that huge flag is, that's where our service station was. And it was a Richfield station first and an Arco station after that, before we moved out here to Simi Valley. Um, and he did treat me as a partner in many instances. And that's 50 years of understanding full well what the trials and tribulations of small business management and ownership are all about, and the impact that they can have on your family life as well. So when I wanted to tell the story of Kurt Kerrigan, the central character in the book, um, and the problems that he was having, the very, very real challenges that he was confronting, and the obstacles that he felt were in the way, it became really important to me to do that. And then his chance encounter with Robert, the second central character in the book, the uh, the teacher, the mentor, the guru, the sensei, the sifu. It became even more compelling to me as the story started to materialize, and it got better and better as far as I was concerned, certainly, and the feedback that we've got validates that, to get that story out into the world, and that requires marketing. When I did seminars all over the country and we talk about marketing and sales, I defined it very easily. Marketing is everything involved in getting people to come to your door, people to come and listen to your message, people to come and buy your product. It's a partnership between you and the client, the customer, that's developed over time and requires trust, among other things. And sales are simply what you do with that person once they've raised their hand and said, okay, I'm here. Now what? So, marketing a book is a lot different than marketing automotive service. And in many cases, anything else, because it's an intangible. And the message is a little bit more difficult uh, to coalesce into something tangible, into some kind of energy ball that you can transfer to another human being via words on a printed page, and ultimately, a voice recording of the same thing. But everybody markets. Everybody markets all the time. It doesn't have to be selling a book. It doesn't have to be selling automotive service. All of us are involved in that. We're involved in marketing when we try and get our kids to do what we want them to do. We're involved in marketing when we try to share our ideas with a friend and are trying to convince someone to come over to our POV, to our point of view. We're involved in marketing when we try to change someone's mind or make a point about our position and what's important to us. So everybody's a marketer. There's no getting away from it. That's the way humans work. I'd like you to listen to this. I'd like you to try this. I'd like you to do this. I'd like you to buy this. I'd like you to come with me. I'd like to go with you. I mean, we're all trying to do something, go somewhere, get something, sell something, or buy something, whether it's a tangible product or whether it's an idea. And that requires explanation, that requires communication, that requires um, time spent. And that's the difficult part. The difficult part is trying to recognize not what's in it for you, but how you go ahead and demonstrate clearly and powerfully what's in it for the person who can benefit from whatever it is you're offering. In this case, the knowledge that's in Misfire. Um, it's not that easy to accomplish, because, as a friend of mine says quite often, we're all snowflakes. We're all fingerprints. We're all individuals. We all have different reasons for doing everything that we do, and consequently, in the great marketplace of ideas, when you're trying to market a book, especially a book that's substantial, um, you've got to be able to show the WIFM, right? The WIIFM. If you're not familiar with that term, it's what's in it for me. You know, why should I go ahead and meet you halfway? Why should I go ahead and answer your email? Why should I go ahead and go to your webpage? Why should I go ahead and press that button? Why should I click on it? Why should I let that take me someplace else and then buy, in this case, buy your book or buy your ebook? So I guess I'm sharing this because I'm trying to go ahead and work through it myself. And like so many other things, This has become a great, uh, I don't have a shop anymore, so this is my laboratory, my workshop. Any thoughts on the subject would be deeply appreciated. Uh, you know where to find me. You can just send them to mitch@misfirebook.com. And I can promise you one thing. I'm like the old Volkswagen commercial where they said that the car will definitely float, but it won't float indefinitely. I will definitely get back to you. I just can't promise you exactly how quickly that might be, other than it'll be as soon as I possibly can. In the meantime, stay well, take care, enjoy yourself. If this sounds like a shameless marketing plug, it really isn't. Um, that'll come later. Bye bye.